my story starts a lot of years ago. And I just want you to know that I learned something at the Bundy Ranch. I learned a number of things. When we had our battle in Utah, Clive and Bundy showed up in Orion. That was way back when, in the 90s. And so when his battle began, he called me and my friends, and we came. Cliven says, whatever it takes. We have a new motto, W-I-T, whatever it takes. That's what we have to do. We don't know what whatever it takes is going to mean. We don't know what's going to mean to you. Are you willing to stand and do whatever it takes? We're here to restore and defend the Constitution of the United States. This Bundy family has shown you that we will do whatever it takes. They have given up so much. Lavoy Finicum was one of my friends. I knew his grandparents, I knew his parents, I knew his family, his aunts, his uncles. He was a cowboy, and we were from a small town. We're not anybody special, but we have honor, we have integrity. And that day before this happened, we got a phone call. And because of the things that occurred in the Bundy's ranch, I knew that if Ammon said we needed to help the Hammonds, that the Hammonds were good people and we needed to be there. Lavoy was a great student of Clive and Bundy, and he believed that we could restore the Constitution. And we had to learn it first. First, we had to be dedicated, and our hearts had to be right. We knew that. That day wasn't like most days. Things had been kind of ramping up. The media had left. We were out to the refuge. We didn't go there with any intent to stay. We went to march around the Safeway. Lavoy, like myself, was going to be there for one day and go home. That's not what happened. But we knew that we had to take the hard stand, because who told us that? Ammon Bundy. I didn't know what a Mallier was. I didn't even know where the refuge was. I had no idea. But we knew when we got there that we had a responsibility. I knew that evidence for the Hammonds was there. And I searched. And we found lots of stuff. Because of legal ramifications at this moment, we're not through with these. I don't know exactly how much I can tell you, but I do know this. They have wanted to keep me shut up for a very long time. But I couldn't. Especially on that day, I needed to go home. And I had been gone for 26 days. I have a lot of kids, a lot of grandkids, a lot of businesses. I needed to go home for at least to take care of some things. The day before, Jeanette had been there, Lavoy's wife, and she said, it's going to be Lavoy's birthday the day after tomorrow. Could you please give him this jerky and stuff for his birthday? Sure. Well, that day, the morning I walked into the office, we'd had a meeting, and one of the people over in Grant County had set up a meeting for us to come and teach the Constitution. We had been doing it in Harney County, and other counties were coming. And they knew what we were teaching was correct. They felt the Spirit. The Lord was testifying to them that what was being taught was truth. We had the Spirit of the Lord at that refuge. People came. People knew. They believed. They felt it. I feel in my heart when things are right, just like you. When we got into that, I was busy working on paperwork. When the time came for everybody to head for John Day, I wasn't supposed to go. I didn't have time to go. But at the very last minute, a young girl had come to see her family, who had just come late the night before, Victoria Sharp. When she got there, I was so excited to see them because I hadn't seen them since the Bundy Ranch. They showed up at the darkest hour. The darkest hour, when media ran away from us because they said Cliven Bundy was a racist. Whoa, that was the farthest thing. It was terrible. And it was a horrible black day. Black days until I got a knock at the door, and there was this little woman bouncing up and down, and she had 10 children, and she called us out that she came to sing. And she sang us the most beautiful hymn, a wonderful song. And we went out in the yard, and we just wept. And now they showed up at the refuge. And we called it the Harney County Resource Center. And this young woman had come to be with her family, and I wanted to listen to them sing. So they sang the night before, and they were going to go with them to the meeting in John Day. I was excited to hear them, but I had so much to do and I couldn't go. So as I came over with the pile of papers, I saw that they were trying to get out of the resource center. They were running behind. They had timed it that everybody was leaving in every 10 minutes for safety purposes, because we knew that things were kind of ramped up because the media had now left, and that's not a good sign. I went to help them as I saw them trying to scamper around, trying to get dressed in their fancy clothes, get into their van, and I went to help. And I put down my stuff and I went over there and helped them get into the van. Then it was time. Victoria wasn't there, and neither was the little boy. So we sent somebody down to the bunkhouse to get them to get in the van because the mother was panicking. The little boy came, Stefan. But Victoria wasn't ready. She was in the shower. She's 18. You know, you got to be beautiful. So she came within those 10 minutes when we were trying to get the next vehicle out. It was Lavoie's. I was helping Ryan pack the cameras and things into the back of the truck. And Victoria showed up with wet hair, and we put her into the truck. We looked for the camera guy. David was nowhere to be found, but we need to leave now. I said, okay, I really wanted to go, but I don't have time, but we have to leave right now, so I will go with you. I put the stuff in my car, grabbed the notebook, grabbed my camera, and jumped in the truck.